Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sweet Talks podcast. My name is Chantal, aka Sweet Talk 777.
Hello guys, it's Rihanna and we're back.
And my name's Nikina. Hi guys.
Hey, so thank you guys for joining us again. We're very, very happy to have Rihanna
Very,
back. We
yes,
missed
indeed.
her so much.
Thank you for your patience. If you know what moving into a new house is like, you understand.
Yeah, yes,
Yes.
Very, very
indeed.
difficult, and trying to balance that and life and work and everything else.
Come on.
Got more stuff.
Something had to give a little bit, so unfortunately it had to be this. But she's back now, so
Yeah.
God willing we'll continue.
Yeah, we're very happy to have our sister Rihanna back. So, loving the fact that she's back. I feel more comfortable and more at home now.
Oh, really?
I mean, the guys made us feel
Yeah.
comfortable.
Of course
Charlotte
they
made us
did.
feel comfortable.
Yes.
But yeah, it's no place at
Oh,
home.
girl.
Oh, that's
With a whole
good.
bit of
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so this week we're going to be talking about relationships with mothers and how there can be an impact on us emotionally,
Yes.
psychologically, and I guess in some ways physically.
Mhm.
So that's kind of like where we'll be going today, especially given that this week is Mother's Sunday in the
Yes.
UK anyway. So, who would like to start? Where? When? How?
Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, like me, or my mum and I was gonna say she's known me all my life, obviously. But let's just go with it. I would like to say that we're close. I like to think that we're quite close. I'm trying to think of like how I describe our relationship. Very inappropriate in terms of I think I don't know if Mum's never said this to me, but in my mind, you know, you talk to yourself in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, I feel like she sees me now as like a friend, like we can have a friendly relationship, and
Sure.
not necessarily just mum and daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
From what I've seen of you and Mum,
Uh-huh.
I would definitely agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love your relationship.
It's a nice relationship.
Oh my goodness, it warms my cockles, it really does. It really does. Because they're so close, and not only that, they know each other obviously inside out. So they know how they like certain things, and
Yeah.
if certain things are not gonna be for Rihanna, her mum's gonna say something. Nah, Rihanna's gonna like that, and vice versa.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I like
So
that.
yeah, so you know, we have a really good time.
Has it always been that way?
For what I can remember, yeah. However, I think my mum has definitely grown. And I've grown, obviously, but I think my mum's grown emotionally. I think her emotional intelligence has grown loads.
Yeah.
And the reason I think is because, you know, when she was growing up, her parents, from what I know, I think when they were younger they were more strict or whatever. And
Yeah.
as they got older, it kind of lessened. And you know, she was a good girl. She didn't really do much wrong, as far as I know. I mean, she got siblings, and you know, you have the little things, but other than that, it wasn't really like a amazing thing. But I think they grew up in a very I don't want to say emotionless home, because I don't believe that there was such a thing. I think it just wasn't warm, and I don't think it was always, not always, sometimes it might be warm. I wasn't there, so I don't know, but I don't think it was always warm. I don't think you always had the opportunity to express yourself. And to be fair, in them times, it's not like it is now, where we can, for the most part,
Yeah.
you can express yourself as a child, you know.
I know what you mean.
Back then, it wasn't really a thing, I don't think. So I think my mum grew up like that, and then kind of carried that with her a little bit. But I think being a mum would change you anyway.
Yeah.
And then maybe being a mum to a daughter might be different than being a mum to a boy.
Oh, very
And not only that, your only child. So I know my mum wanted loads of children and only had me. So I don't think, I don't know, maybe like the things I've been through maybe softened her heart a little bit, I don't know, or I think maybe she knew. Well, I know I believe that she knew from when I was a lot younger that I was very independent.
Yeah.
So
Girls usually are as well. Quicker.
yeah,
I was thinking.
yeah. So I think that's kind of part of it. But as I've got older, I think, and I think, you know what a big thing is. I think her career. She's been doing social work for as long as I can remember, and I think that job in itself teaches you empathy, teaches you all these things, these compassionate things that you need to know really as people, and I think that's kind of broadened her a lot more as well. So I think
Yeah.
when she brought that back to me, and I think, but I will say my mum's never, as far as I know, my mum's never said that I can't talk to her about anything. I wouldn't say that she'd always initiate things with me, like conversations like sex, whatever.
Yeah.
But if I had a question, I never felt like I wouldn't ask my mum. I would just ask her straight. Mum, have you done this? Has this happened?
That's what I love. That's what I love.
And it's never really been a
Issue.
thing. And I feel like my mum's always been honest with me about whatever has or hasn't happened.
Yeah.
Depending on age and stuff.
Of course,
But
and appropriateness and whatnot. Yeah.
yeah.
But I think you're gonna be like that when you have children.
Definitely.
I think so too.
And
Definitely.
it's so beautiful.
Definitely. Even now, like with like my goddaughter, my little world, it was like her, I think it was a christening or a first birthday. Anyway, like I wrote, like I think it was either a post or a card to her, and I was like saying, and if anything you need to talk about that you feel like you can't speak to your mum about, or you know, or whatever, your parents,
Yeah.
come to me. I'd rather me say it to you, because I don't. This is the thing. It's about to deviate, but you know. This is the thing.
No.
Go for it.
This is the thing.
I missed
Young
you,
people, young people, me, whatever. We're gonna find out anyway,
More,
and we're
definitely.
gonna find out in ways that you wouldn't want
You'd
us to
prefer
find
not
out.
to find out.
So
that
I'd
way.
rather you come to me. I remember another diversion. I remember when you know, at church when you got a group of young people that are going off to uni.
Yeah.
I remember me and my friends were saying to them, don't go up there and think that you're not going to go and drink, and you're not going to do this, not going to do all these things, and you're not going to go out clubbing. Yes, you are. You're going to do it. Not everybody, but
But for the
don't
most
go up
part.
there and think that you're not going to do it, because all you're going to do is put all the pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
And when you do it, you're going to kick yourself. So if you go up there thinking, okay, this is not my intention to do these things. However, if it happens, it happens, and then we'll deal with it after.
Acceptance.
So
Love it.
I think that's kind of, you know, I think going back to mum, I think as I've got older, my mum's been a bit more vocal about these things.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think maybe it would be good to have my mum up here so she could say her side, because I really don't know, but I think because I've never shied away from asking her the hard questions. I've just asked because I want to know, and I need to know, and who's going to tell me?
Got you. Most
Do
definitely.
you know what I mean? And I don't have siblings. I don't have that luxury of having siblings or older siblings or whatever. I mean, now that as I've got older, I've got, like, you know, my sisters, my friends are my sisters. But at the time when I was asking these questions, these people weren't here.
Yeah, I get
Do
you.
you know what I mean? Or if they were here, they were going through their own thing that, you know, so we didn't have that conversation. But I've always been open, and I think that's because my mum's family are very open. Like, my aunties would talk about everything and anything, and everyone's. Do you know what I mean? So I think
That's nice.
as I was going through secondary school, college, whatever, and even now, I'm very, very open. And I'm like going back to what Nikki said about, you know, me doing that with my children. Yeah, it's really important. Like, it's important that we speak about periods. It's important that we speak
Definitely.
about puberty. It's important that we speak about hygiene. It's important that we speak about sex. It's important that we speak about lust and the feelings that you're going to have, because it is normal. You know, it's important that we speak about all these things. It's important that we speak about, you know, sometimes you're upset with God. If you believe in God, maybe you don't believe in
Maybe
God
not.
today. Do you know what I mean? Maybe tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
these are all the things that I felt at some point, and it's important that we discuss it now. And I don't believe that as a child that you should feel uncomfortable in your own home. I know it's not your home, but your parents'
Yeah,
home.
I get you.
I don't believe that should be a thing. My children, if I have them, God willing, they should never feel that they can't say to mum, what's this about? Or what's this? Or do you know what I mean? Like, no, I
get
don't,
that.
because to me that's where embarrassment and taboo and these type of things
Shame,
come
and
from,
shame
and
comes in,
shame.
yeah.
And you know what shame is? Shame will stop you from doing
Everything. Yeah, it's true.
Shame will take off your whole life. So no,
Very true.
I'm not about that.
Very true. I agree with that 100% though. Like, I think maybe even more so when you're a mother of a daughter, trying to show your daughter what a woman looks like.
Yeah.
And trying to prepare her for certain things, I think is definitely imperative.
Yeah.
I remember, it's going to be such a silly story.
Go on, we like silly stories.
I remember, like, there was one time I was a little bit upset with my mum afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, I can think of 2 times. But the one that I'm trying to tell, the other one's just a bit of a funny story. A bit of an annoying story, but it's a bit of a funny story. But the one that I was trying to tell is basically like, you know when your period starts?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was sitting on this, went to the bathroom basically before I started the whole of my business.
Mm-hmm.
Then like went to, you know, clean up.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, I'm dying.
Yeah. I had the same thing. I thought the same thing.
And then I was like,
Oh.
Mommy! And then my dad came, he was like, what? I'm like, no, not you, I need Mummy. And Mum came upstairs and I was like, Mummy, I think I cut myself.
Oh.
So I genuinely thought I was dying. I was 9, I mean, I started early.
Very
Yeah.
early,
But, yeah, my mum was like, it's okay, don't worry about it, just finish it. The way she talked to me about it was, I think it was the best way she knew how.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And I think she got like this book from Tampax
Yeah.
and gave it to me basically.
Here
It was
you
like,
go,
here you
read.
go, read that.
Mm.
I think she was like, yes, basically, it's going to happen every month. And I think it was like the 28th of August.
Mm.
I was like, oh no, I'm going to have this on my birthday. Are you serious?
Mm. Oh.
But I think part of me afterwards, I think when I was about 11, I was like, why didn't you tell me about this from when I was 8? I mean, it was a young time. I didn't really
But
clock that
still.
most people didn't start till maybe
Later
about 12
on,
or
yeah.
Fair
whatever.
enough.
But I was like, oh my gosh. And I found myself actually pretty annoyed with her. And now I'm not
Mm.
because I know.
Yeah.
But at the time, because I
Yeah.
didn't know, I was like, why not prepare me for this? Why not?
Yeah.
Even
So-
if you got a point, God bless your mum, I get it. It would have been a shock or not unexpected.
Mhm.
But I feel like we do need to talk to young girls about periods from like
Yeah,
6,
from now. we have
from
to
like 6,
definitely-
7.
Yeah.
Normalise it
Yeah.
Definitely.
because sometimes it's in certain cultures as well. It's seen as a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Oh
Or something
my
that's dirty,
gosh.
something that
Yeah.
makes you dirty.
I had a similar period story, but yeah. Anyway, I was bouncing on the bed, mum's bed, and my mum was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "No, I said that. What's that?" And mum was like, "Oh, you started your period." And she sat down. And it was quite a soothing conversation.
I
And
love
she
your
explained. And then she was like, "Right, you're gonna have to. Mind you, I just come out of the bath, pajamas, everything on, ready, go to bed. So you're gonna have to go back in the bath and do." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I went back, came downstairs, so embarrassed. By that point, my mum had told my dad. And my dad was like, "Oh, you're a woman now," and I was like, shame. Head down in shame. But I'm actually looking back on it. I'm actually glad that she told my dad, and the reason is because I don't want it to be an embarrassing thing for you.
No.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And because she told my dad, and then after that, whenever I'll be upset or frustrated or whatever at that time, I'm like, "I'm on my period." Do you know what I mean? Leave me alone, type of thing.
No,
You had the
And so-
experience, you had the excuse ready.
Well, yeah,
And
but
that
at
you
least
knew
everybody knew
what
it
was
wasn't.
happening.
Yeah, it wasn't no.
Yeah, I get
And
you.
yeah, so we're just trying to. But those things are important. But yeah.
Wow. Oh, my story. Okay.
But if you want to.
If you want to, you don't have to.
Yeah. I remember it very distinctly. I know it was in April. I remember.
wow.
I think it was the 12th, so I felt similar to you about, every year it's about a year. So yeah, I remember the night before my mum was not very happy. And we were very much arguing and shouting. I think I got beaten that night.
Oh God.
I was very upset, cried myself to sleep, I remember. Then I woke up, went to the toilet and saw a whole load of blood, and I was just like, what? I obviously told my mum what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
God bless her. She's a bigger lady to me, and she would wear these adult I'm 12 at the time. No, the pad, but
Oh, the big, big
Oh
one.
yeah, thick ones.
I'm good.
never had anything in between my legs, and then had to kind of go to school with my brother. She actually, God bless her, she said to my brother, "You're gonna have to look after your sister while we head to school." You know what I mean? She doesn't feel very well this morning, which was very sweet. So he, I kind of lagged behind him as he walked ahead of me, but we kind of walked together-ish. But I just remember, like, what is this about? Although I kind of knew because I had an older sister.
Yeah.
But we never talked about that sort of thing. But we knew what we didn't know in detail, but I knew what those things were for.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
So you kind of had a vague idea.
A vague idea, and then it happened one day.
It makes sense.
Yeah. God bless my mum for getting my brother to
Look out for you.
look out for
That's
me.
nice.
It's
Yeah.
very nice. Yeah.
Have there been any times in either one of your relationships, I can talk about my own with my mum, like where you kind of realize that have a difference of opinion. Maybe is the best way to put it.
When your mum upsets you, when she pisses you off,
Yeah.
all the time.
But then sometimes when you're young and a child, you get annoyed with your mum, but ultimately you know she's right.
Yeah.
When was it that you knew that your mum was wrong and you thought, wow, that's just messed up?
Loads of times, but you wasn't always allowed or it wasn't always facilitated for you to say anything.
I would never.
So you just don't say anything, and then all that does is just harbour that in your mind and in your body. Do you know what I mean? And just make you vexed. You just look at like every time you walk past. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, don't bring it like, by the way, I'm not saying sort of mom.
No,
I'm
I
just
hear
saying,
you.
like, that's how
But I hear you,
you feel.
and my mum was very much very sharp,
Yes.
and she still is. So even if I side-eyed looked at my mum,
Just catch you.
what is like the zippers, the remote's coming from my forehead, so I had to hide all of it.
inside. And you just go right down in your diary.
Right about here.
Oh,
And you
don't
got
talk
it
about
so
my
hard that
diary.
your paper's ripping up.
Oh God, that's a sore subject, you know, very
See?
sore
What,
subject.
the
diary?
Diary, I
That's how you
digress a
feel in
little
your
bit. I was like, I hate,
Yeah,
I effing hate.
Yeah,
And my mum read it.
Oh,
Oh my God, it broke her heart. It broke her heart. And I didn't intend for her to read it.
Of course. Because she
I
shouldn't have
didn't
been
want-
reading it. It was your diary.
Innit? Mind your business. You had no
She
business.
must have read it. And I had posters on my wall. I'd run away from home by now.
Yeah.
Posters on the wall. She ripped all of them down. And oh my God, come back to all the posters being ripped down. I could just imagine what she was like in the room.
Oh, God.
And it hurt me that I hurt her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because I didn't want her to read it, and it was my truth at that point. And it was over like 4 years, you know. So it's 4 years.
4 years worth of pain right there.
For real.
All up in the one.
It's difficult, man. It's
Oh,
really
bless
difficult.
her.
And you know, I think when parental hurt for a child is so painful because it's like you never forget it.
No.
And then I don't know if you like were like me, but in your mind, like, I'm never gonna be like you. My kids are never gonna see you. That was me. Like I'm like in my mind, I was like,
yeah.
that, all
I
that.
relate.
I think I have said like I'm never gonna be like you, and there's certain things. I mean, for my mum, there's I take the good things from her, but there's certain things that I'm like, no, I'm really not gonna do that.
Yeah, definitely,
Mhm.
definitely,
Mhm.
definitely,
Mm.
definitely.
But I hear you.
Yeah.
Definitely, I felt that way. But I had to reflect upon, actually, this is from my mum. This is like my mum.
Yeah.
And these
Yeah.
are like things that I would never not do again.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
never take out of my home. Like the way she does certain things in the household, make sure
Yeah.
certain things
Yeah.
are right,
Yeah.
clean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just certain things like on top of your shiggity. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Make sure I'm back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All of these things I would never, like, I love her for.
Yeah.
And I would never ever change. I would never change her anyway, to be honest with you, because I wouldn't be this person sitting here if it wasn't for the way that she is.
Definitely.
And I've said that to her, and my father too. God bless them.
Yeah.
God bless them.
It is, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Can either of you think of any clients maybe that you might have had or experiences with people that you may have had that you're like, whoa, that's definitely some mommy issues right
Yeah.
Yes.
Not just clients, just people that you know.
there? Or
Yeah.
people that you know?
Just
Yeah.
people that you know, just in everyday life.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of an example.
Oh, I can't. That was years ago when I was doing it. You know.
Even people, you know, for me, attachment.
Yeah.
There's one particular person that comes into mind, mother and daughter,
Oh, okay.
who unfortunately they experienced a loss in the family,
Yeah.
and their relationship.
It's a bit, yeah. Like it's become like a closer attachment.
I don't know what
Okay,
you're
so-
talking
So
about.
it's almost been like a codependent attachment.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. All right.
Father God.
I missed you,
You know
Rihanna.
what? And you know what the thing
Don't
is
worry.
with that, right? Sorry, guys. The reason I said, oh, yeah, because we all know this person. Anyway, not that it's important, but the point is,
Mhm.
yes. Yes. You know, so it just dawned on you.
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
It's very much a codependent relationship.
Absolutely.
And you know what? And the scary thing is, because it is codependent, God forbid
God, hey,
anything.
Happens to either one of them.
yeah.
But
In
I-
any way as well.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
just,
yeah. And I get that because, well, I've never had a child, but I can only imagine what it feels like to have a child. And I know, like, my friends, and I was actually, funny enough, I was speaking to my mum about this the other day,
Mhm.
and my friends were saying to me that, like, they trust me with their children,
Yeah.
and they were saying that because, you know, that is your heart outside your body. And I've heard people say that before,
Yeah.
but the way they were saying it, I was like, wow, like, is this? I said to my mum, is this true? Like, am I your heart outside you, but like running around type of thing? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, man, it's so scary to trust somebody with your child, especially because of, you know, how people are now, and
Mhm.
people are
Yeah.
just mean and evil and whatever,
Mhm.
and there's so many other issues.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like I said, I heard that before, but when my friend said it, and then my mum then confirmed it, and I was like, whoa. And so, I can only imagine what it feels like to have a child and feel like that's your heart outside your body.
Yeah.
But however, then for you guys, in my perspective, to have a kind of like a unhealthy dependency type thing,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I only, you know, well, yeah. Well, I can't really speak on it because I don't really know, but yeah,
It can be. I mean, like their attachment seems more like, and maybe it's the trauma of stuff that have happened.
but yeah,
But
definitely.
it seems almost like
Go on, Shem.
almost like an anxious attachment.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
Has to be.
So anxious attachments basically are like you have a positive view maybe of the other person, you're really dependent on them, and you have a fear of losing that relationship almost. That's just so that everybody else that are listening to
Which a lot
can
of us do.
understand what they're
A lot
saying,
of us do in just in regular relationships.
yeah, but it's almost like it goes a bit more than that.
Deeper.
Like even in
Mhm.
separation, there's a clinginess,
Mhm.
and that's just the nature of anxious attachments in
Yeah.
general.
Absolutely.
But
And I suppose that's about, for me, that would be about the mom then telling the daughter, go and live your life. Like,
yeah,
as much as I love you and I want you to be around, go and have that time to kind of, and I think,
even if, yeah, I was gonna say, even if there's no child and like youngster, if they're not young,
yeah. But I think that's what my mum did with me. Like, she's pushed me out, go and do what you
That's
need to do,
nice.
go to this and go to that. And so I've never kind of
yeah,
not.
yeah.
Does that make
I
sense?
know what you
Like,
mean.
and I think that's helped me
Yeah,
because being an only child, I've had to become independent because there isn't anybody else. So
Yeah.
I've had to do things by myself. So I was absolutely happy talking to the people in my head because it was just us anyway. Do you know what I mean? Me and my friends were having a great time.
Yes.
love
Do you know
it.
what I mean? And so I've never, as much as I had like a little bit of a thing with being alone in the sense of like I like company, I like to have people around me. And when I can be by myself. Now let me explain. There's a difference.
Okay.
I can be by myself.
Sure.
I'm by myself now, as in living
Oh,
by
no.
myself. Yeah. So I can do that. That's fine. But sometimes it's nice when somebody just knock on your door and say hello. How are you?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's nice when, you know, maybe your friends just text you or whatever.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I don't know. For real?
So yeah, and then now that I'm, I'm doing my own thing, I realize and appreciate my mum so much more. Like I just like really, really like just so much. I mean, I did anyway because I think I matured in the last couple of years anyway.
Yeah.
At my parents, but now that I'm by myself, like I really like. So, for example, I texted my mum this week and I was like, "Mum, it's Mother's Day. I can't get you anything because of bloody Corona."
Yeah.
And everyone just decided to
Corona.
kill each other outside and buy these things that not in the shop no more. Anyway, because of the Rona, right? I said, "Mum, still come round." I said, "All we can eat is a box of air and look at each other nicely. What's on Netflix?" But that's it. I said to her, I said, "I would try my hardest to make something nice for
That's
you." Do you know what I mean?
beautiful. The
I said,
thought.
Yeah, I said to my mum, it's going to be a mix and match. You might have a bit of sweet potato fries, a bit of, whatever, a bit of home cooked chicken that I've made. Do you know what I mean? Just a bit of mix and match, but I still want you to come. Do you know what I mean? And my mum's like, "Rena, you don't need to do anything. It's fine."
Just
I
have
said, "No,
been
but I want you to feel that you're special. Just I'm not there
I
anymore.
love it, you
Do
see.
you know what I mean? I want you to feel like you're still included. Like
Yeah.
you'll forever be my mum. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? And it really is me and you. Like,
Oh.
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like, it really is
Oh.
like we are friends, and like as you guys know, because you came to the party and stuff. Me and my mum are very
Pie with left.
disrespectful, very bantery, very cheeky, very alright.
Quirky man.
You know what I mean? Alright, Sarah. Alright, chat. You know what I mean? We're very
Sure.
whatever.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that I'm able to do that.
And flip back into mum-daughter relationship as well.
Yeah. I like that we're able to do that because I know my other friend was saying to me, "Oh, Rena, you know how lucky you are that you can do that with your mum, that you can talk to your mum, and you can literally say anything to your mum."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Can't you?"
No.
And she was like, "But you know what? You know what it is? When you're in it,
Yeah.
you don't see that other people are not like that.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you know what I mean?
And
So when she
pointed
said that, I was
out.
like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay."
It's beautiful to see.
It is beautiful to see, must admit.
It's not easy. It's hard work because we piss each other off.
Of course
Sometimes
you would.
Yeah.
vice versa. Sometimes you don't really want to talk and whatever. Do you know what I mean? But it's working with it. And also the other person has to want it.
That is true.
Both of you have to want it. And sometimes what I've realised about parents and family just in general, just because we're family, that doesn't mean that you're allowed to be in my life. That
That's
doesn't mean
true.
that you're allowed to just treat me anyway because
Yeah.
I came out of your body. No.
Yeah. It's
No.
a big thing.
Do you know
But
what I mean?
then
And the
I guess
boundaries.
What
Yeah.
happens then if a parent doesn't know those boundaries? So you will have parents who will say, "Well, I gave birth to you,
Yeah,
or I
definitely.
did this and I did that," and that's all well and good, and that's true.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens then if a parent oversteps a boundary?
I think it's a conversation, personally. It's not easy conversation, by any stretch of the imagination. In recent years, I've had some myself, but it's a conversation that needs to be had, and even sometimes you have to just say it, even if the other person doesn't want to hear it. And then
That's
a lot of the times I don't want to hear it because they don't. It's hard. It is hard to look back at the things that you have done wrong or done to hurt somebody, knowingly or unknowingly. It's really, really difficult.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
And there's no parental book, as they say. They are learning on the job.
Yeah,
Sort of
they
thing.
are.
But
Granted.
you're also learning on the job to be a child. Like it's not.
That's true.
Somebody
Yeah,
wake up and
true.
was born. Oh, all right.
That's true,
Do
you
you know what I
know.
mean? Like you're also learning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
Let's learn together and
in an ideal world, I mean, I would like one of the things that I do want to take with me, as if I ever am to have children, is that we have family meetings and you're able to tell me
Whatever.
what's going on for you and what I did, and
I
if
like
I can
that.
do that. And one of the big things is I will apologise. I have no issue.
That's, you know what,
apologising.
say it again,
I think that's a
please.
major thing.
I will apologise.
I love you.
It's not.
As a
What's the-
parent.
And this is the thing, I think a lot, especially in our community, I feel
Yeah.
my opinion. Don't come for me.
No one's coming
But-
to you.
I feel that we don't apologise and we don't acknowledge and take responsibility for
100.
the fact that we sometimes say things to our children that are damaging, and
100.
scarring.
Listen, this is why I missed Rihanna. This is why I missed this girl right here. Oh God, right on
Right,
the
listen.
money. I wish I had money right here to put my finger on it and be like, on the money.
No. I'm telling you.
But it's true. I think it's definitely as a community,
Parental
we
hurt
don't
is a
have
thing,
to say
you know.
sorry.
It's a real thing, and I think if parents took the time sometimes to say sorry, that would heal a lot of the pain that their children
So much.
have for them, that they're saving. Listen, your child is all a bit at 45 years old, but really inside they're 3.
That's
Yeah.
The
right.
time that you
When
knock them in
cuss
front of their
them.
friends,
Right.
Yep. And you didn't
Right.
say
When they're
sorry.
embarrassed.
Right.
Mhm.
you know what I mean? And
And you're
it's
not them
real.
for something that they didn't do.
Yeah,
Like you not
you
them
didn't believe
because
because Jeffrey next door did
yeah,
it.
exactly.
You
Jeffrey
must,
knocked
you know.
over the vase. You didn't believe so that Bob didn't knock over the vase, and now Bob is upset with you because you know you blamed him for something and
Yeah.
look him over for the same thing that you shouldn't have looked him over for.
And that sibling's resenting the other sibling because that was the one that really did it
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's
And then there's
all-
competition
Oh,
amongst your children and all that. No, so I think a lot of the times we have to. I'm about to say as parents, you're not a parent, but anyway.
you are though. You
Um,
are.
Okay, that's true.
Okay.
I think sometimes parents have to, as painful as it is that humble themselves and say, you know what, I'm sorry, Tiffany. I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings. I'm sorry
Yeah.
that I didn't believe you. I'm sorry that whatever. And these are the reasons why.
Yeah.
This is what I thought happened, X, Y, Z. Because you do carry that when you get older. You carry that pain. You carry that betrayal, that grief that you feel, that hatred that you feel. The resentment is a
It's a big thing. Big
It's a
thing.
Eats
monster.
you alive. It
That
eats
is one
you up.
thing that does come up quite a lot
It's
in
a
therapy.
monster.
Most definitely. There's a
Really
resentment for things that were done
yeah.
years ago,
And you
but it's
remember?
just hard
You
to.
remember?
Mm.
And I mean, sometimes you then vow to yourself that you're never gonna either be that person or meet a person and settle down with them like so and so.
Yeah, definitely. I know that there's definitely people that would say, I'm never going to be like, considering talking about mums, I'm never going to be like my mum because she did this, and this, and this to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm going to call it parental pride
Okay.
is a massive issue. I think
so.
there's something about just admitting that you're wrong to someone who's younger than you.
Yeah.
And almost feeling
It's
like
also
I
authority
should
type
have a,
thing.
that's
Power-
exactly
power
it.
dynamic
Power
type
dynamics.
thing.
Like
I'd
I
have to
feel
talk.
I
so.
shouldn't have to say no. I'm a
Sorry,
parent.
you-
No, I love it. No, I
It's
going,
I'm the
yeah.
parent. You're the child.
Definitely that.
I don't have to
It's
say
like, I don't have to
nothing
say nothing to you because I am the parent and you are the child.
And
I
that's
pay
it.
these bills in here
and you don't.
and you don't. But that doesn't actually stop it from being.
No,
in fact, if any other type of relationship was like that, you would say it's abuse.
Yeah, exactly.
If there was
Can you say that again,
if
please?
any other relationship
Abuse.
was like that, you would say
Call
it
my
was
time.
abuse. Oh God. Listen, stop the advertising on the show.
It's true, we're not getting paid. It's true.
So, like, even like it is actually abuse. If you had a man and a woman in a relationship, and he was like, "Oh, well, I in fact, I think my sister said this the other day. Actually, I think that's why it's come to my head. But like, you had taken her from like being homeless." Or maybe she's about to get kicked out, so you gave her a house to live in, you gave her money in her pocket because she didn't have a job and all that kind of stuff. And then she was saying to you, well, actually, no, it's not okay for you to cut me about the head. Or no, it's not okay for you to just talk to me like that. It's not okay for you to throw something back in my face that I've given you out of my own free will. And then he then decides, oh, I'm going to not talk to you, I'm not going to be around you, I don't know. That is, we would all class that as abuse. And same vice versa. If a woman did that to a man or however the partnership works.
That's right.
Like, we would all class that as abuse, but I don't understand why there's a difference when it comes to a parental and a child relationship. And I don't think we recognise the hurt and the damage we actually cause when we don't do that, when that doesn't happen.
And parents can be toxic.
And I feel like sometimes there's a lack of acknowledgement that it's an issue or that actually we need to change as parents. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys have just said it all for me, innit?
Sorry.
Said it all
Go
for
for
me. You know what I mean? In our culture, we need to fix up. We need to fix up and look sharp because these children that we're producing, and I'm not saying young children, 45, like Rihanna was saying, year olds, 50-year-olds, who still have their parents treat them a certain way.
Yeah.
What was the thing that I think you guys kind of, one of you sent it to me saying something like, I burnt my bridges.
Oh, because I
Yeah,
could swim,
I
because I
don't
knew I could swim.
'Cause I
Oh,
couldn't-
yeah.
Yeah.
Just because you are my child, it doesn't mean I can take this abuse from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because I am the parent, that doesn't mean, or they are the parent, doesn't mean you have to take this abuse. I can knock you off
Mhm.
and still survive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes we need to sometimes actually make that step, and we feel guilty about it. And we feel like, you know, what more can I do? But if this is systematic over years and years and years and years and years, nothing's changing.
Yeah.
Then something's wrong.
And not only that, especially
Ooh.
if it's damaging or messing with your mental health,
Big
and you're
time.
And your
struggling
emotional
now,
health.
and every time you revisit this person or visit whatever, it's PTSD
Ah,
and
Like,
trauma.
it's
You
true
know what I
though,
mean? Like,
regression, PTSD are the thing.
it's at some point, because like Chantal said, in any other circumstances you put boundaries around it.
Most
So
definitely.
why, because they brought you in this world, you don't have to
Would
put
you not
boundaries?
put
No,
That's
boundaries?
right.
No,
It's
no.
true.
not at all.
It's true.
Because really and truly, if it's a healthy parental relationship, the parent would have that boundary there.
Yes.
But if it's not there and you can't implement it, then there's something that's wrong with that dynamic.
Come on now.
Um,
When we have to
And
put
if it's a
boundaries-
healthy
Yeah.
relationship, you should be able to say, ideally in an ideal world,
Come on.
you should be able to voice how you feel
yeah,
Ooh,
without
without
that-
repercussion,
right.
any
That's
repercussion,
definitely.
yeah.
without any repercussion, with the ability to have an open and frank conversation,
Mm-hmm.
with the ability to come to an open and frank resolution
Mm-hmm.
in a healthy way. That's what any healthy relationship would look like.
Any.
So I'm not sure how or why there seems to be a different parameter. Like I have seen people literally like say, I don't have to apologize to you because you're the child and I'm the parent.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you're not wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Say it again. Say it
In
again.
and out.
That just because I've heard people say that, you know, like I'm the parent, you're the child, so I don't have to apologize. But that doesn't mean that you're not wrong as the parent. And if you're wrong, surely
Then you're wrong?
Yeah, you're wrong. But then surely you're teaching your child something wrong
Yeah.
if you cannot apologize
Come on.
or rectify something that you've done wrong.
That's right.
Yeah. And not only that, that child then grows up thinking that's
It's
how they
okay.
can treat other people.
Most definitely.
And then the cycle
Most
just
definitely.
continues.
The cycle continues and it messes up a whole lot of people.
Exactly. And then here we are with a lot of broken-hearted children
Yeah.
that are 50, 60, 70,
Mm-hmm.
that are really have the emotional age of 5 and 10
Oi!
and 15.
Emotionally
Because when they were
intelligent.
15 years old, their mum dragged them up in front of everybody at school. What do you
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
it's true.
No.
It's true.
Well, not even that, just mistreated them. Sometimes
Well,
it's not
yeah.
even about them. Sometimes,
No, no, it could be.
I know.
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
in any way.
it's even done behind closed doors.
That was just an example.
I know.
Mm.
But sometimes I'm just saying that it's because it
Anything-
can be done behind closed doors.
Anything at all.
Mm.
Anything at all. And that doesn't mean to say you can't discipline your children. Hear us loud and clear.
Most definitely
Of course you
discipline
can.
them.
But there is an ineffective way of doing it.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of find.
But if you know that you've done wrong, that I can't say that that's discipline either.
No.
So you know that discipline is when your child has done something wrong, fine. Discipline is when you're trying to put in boundaries around your child to make sure that they grow into an effective adult. Fine.
Yeah.
But it can't be that
You're
I'm
wrongly.
so- I'm wrongly
Putting these boundaries.
putting these
in.
boundaries in place, or
For the
I'm
benefit of
wrongly
you.
twisting how certain things should be. I'm wrongly, and you're saying it loud and proud and twisting it in your head any which way you feel to
To
or
suit your.
your purpose because it advantages
I
you
just stop.
in that relationship. No, go for it, man.
I
Please
love
talk.
it. Absolutely love it. Just because you're physically there with your child
Yeah.
and growing them up, it
Doesn't mean
doesn't
anything.
come.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean emotion.
At
does.
all.
Yeah, absolutely.
At all.
Absolutely.
It doesn't mean anything. You can have a beautiful, wonderful home that you pay your mortgage early,
Mhm.
Be clean.
Mhm.
electricity and your
Come
gas
on.
early,
Mhm.
your water on time. Everything's
Mm.
amazing.
Yep.
Each
Immaculate.
pebble has its own space in the front of the drive. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah, start the thing.
Oh
You could-
God.
If you wanted to be that nasty, you could look off the floor. Like, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You can be an emotionless
Mm.
home.
Definitely.
I know I said earlier like that's not a thing. Like, I don't think
It
it's a thing. But you can
an
be in a home
emotionless.
that's
Yeah, I'm sure it can be a thing.
you
We
can
Yeah.
be in a
it.
home that's very
Dismissive of the
Yes,
child's
and
emotions and feelings and validations. Just because they feel a certain way, they're not allowed to because of the child.
Yeah.
Just because they've reacted a certain way, and you don't want to discuss actually what this emotion that child's going through. You're the child. Sit down, shut your eyes.
And a lot of it is because the parent just doesn't know how to handle it,
Yeah.
or the parent doesn't understand what the child.
Is going through.
Yeah. So then say that.
Then
Say
it comes back to the weakness again.
Yeah.
You
a responsibility.
saying that I'm wrong, it might suggest a weakness. Saying that I don't know how to do something might suggest that I'm a weakness and you're not going to look up to me like you should do because I'm the mum and I should know everything.
But I would argue that I'd rather you say to me,
There's more respect.
But I don't know.
Rana, Mummy doesn't know. I don't know how you're feeling inside. Explain it to me.
And what that does for the child is show that it's okay to be wrong or not know,
Exactly.
and to write something.
And to then even increase your there you go, increase your knowledge and learn. You see the linkage, yes.
Yeah, for real.
But I think just trying to come from that point of like, I'm older, therefore I know more. It can't. What she said. I'm not gonna repeat it in case my mum watches this. So, but what she said.
It's washed.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
Oh no. It's
Oh,
washed.
oh, that's alright then.
No,
But I
that's
think
fine.
like, like even in knowing that there's 4 different main attachment styles that we see in psychology, like that should be enough to tell you that there must be some people that do something wrong. Do you get what I'm saying? There's only, bearing in mind, out of the 4 attachment styles, only one of them you would say is secure. So that person like has a positive view of themselves, positive view of the world, has a great emotional intelligence, intimacy, healthy relationship bonds, all that kind of stuff.
All of that.
Only 1 out of the 4. So that means there's a lot of people that are frigging up for the other 3. Basically.
Exactly.
So there has to be a point where we're, as I guess as adults going into parenthood, or people who are actually parents already, start to take ownership and start to look at, actually this is my weakness, but I don't want to pass this weakness on to my child.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I
And
think
that's
okay.
okay.
It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to be in the place where you don't know.
Definitely.
I just don't know.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And that's more powerful.
As long as there's love coming from the core of it, you know what I mean?
Some people can love toxic though.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
As long as there's yeah, that's true. As long as there's no, I'll take that back. You know what it is? It's
about your intention, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah. The intention is to be be a better person.
Be the better person, most definitely.
To grow better people. And I don't think that's in the intentions of people. People are just living day to day.
Yeah.
Literally living day to day.
Yeah, because life is hard.
It is hard, but you can still live in a hard life and have the intention of being a better person and grow better people.
Yes.
That should be hard.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be, but it is.
God bless these people.
And it's because because their parents didn't do that, and then their parents didn't do that, and their
but somebody has to break the cycle somewhere, innit?
Come on now, I think.
Because sometimes you'll hear, well, who did that for me? I've heard somebody say this to their kid. Well, who did that for me?
Oh.
Nobody never did that for me, you know. Nobody never give me no.
That's not business.
That's
I wasn't born then.
That's the thing. But that's the thing. So where, at what point, and who breaks that cycle?
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're absolutely right.
That's like coming from
somebody has to do it.
That's like coming from a lineage of murderers and then saying
everybody murdered in my family.
Isn't it? So
might as well kill someone.
Why am I gonna stop now? Huh?
You remind me of a story my sister told me. God bless her. Self-disclosure. God bless my dad. So my sister was like, teach me how to drive, Dad. You never actually said to us, any of us, the kids, like, come, let's drive.
Yeah.
And he was like, I did it with your cousin Steve, and he messed up my car and da-da-da-da. And he's like, he messed it up for you lot.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So my sister's like,
that's not Steve.
How are you gonna punish us for that?
For Steve.
We're not Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
Do you know what I mean? God bless Steve. Love Steve. Big up Steve, cousin.
Big up Steve.
But she's right, and I just thought, squeeze my perineum and not comment. I did actually comment, but I won't comment.
No, don't comment. No.
God bless him.
Yeah.
But you're right. We have that mentality. like this didn't work out the first time, or with something else, or I've seen that happen and that didn't go well for them, so I'm not going to do it. No, we keep trying.
Yes, definitely.
Keep
Because
investing
it might
in children.
work in one of them, even if it don't work in all of them. Make it work in one of them.
Hey, if you can just make one of them drive out of the 4 or
You
5 we have.
understand?
Eh, that's
what I
something. They say, me
Definitely,
try.
I got that one to drive.
Yeah, hey, I me
Even
try
if
with
I
all
don't
of
get
them.
to drive, I get that one to drive.
It's about a legacy, you know, for me in terms of parenting.
Yeah.
I think when I do have my children, I'm definitely thinking of when I go, what reflection of me will be left, if that makes sense.
Definitely.
Even if it's a little part within each of my children or one of them. And hopefully that's a good part.
A good job.
You know? Yeah. It's a legacy, man. What legacy do you want to leave?
And I don't know if like maybe the generation before, the generation maybe before that,
Yeah.
I don't know if they really thought about legacy.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they're trying
Because I
to
think-
survive, aren't they?
Yeah. But I think some people though, even in that survival mode, they were.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
I think
yeah.
for the vast majority, especially when I'm going and hearing arguments in various different people's houses, like
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not an appropriate response.
No, not
And I
at all.
don't feel like that's a response that I could have to my kids. Like, my kids could never come up to me and be like, Mum, why don't we have this? Well, because nobody gave it to me. I could say I brought my back trying to get it,
That's
but
different.
it never worked out.
That's
But I could
different.
never say to you, say to any child I have, not even to my niece
Mhm.
or even my grandkids,
Mhm.
why don't we have this? When nobody never give me enough, so we could never have it. No, it don't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it's mad that
You're
is.
just
That's like,
punishing them for
Yeah.
what they didn't have.
Pretty much. I'm waiting for a handout something.
come on now.
But anyhow, so
It's a shame because then your child then grows up, and hopefully they're a good citizen, but whatever. Grow up, live their life, and then you wonder why little Timmy don't call you every Sunday and see how you are.
there it
You
is.
wonder why your kids don't come round.
There it is.
You wonder when they do come round, then they come around for 20 minutes, and that 20 minutes is killing them.
Mm-hmm. And they can just about make the 20 minutes.
Exactly.
They'll be like, we'll stay till 2:30.
Yeah, or if you don't see them and you call them and you're like, yeah, I'm cool, all right,
I'm
so
good.
yeah, bye.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, real
you know what I
talk.
mean? Like, you wonder all these things. Why
I'm staying
realistically,
quiet.
why would... But if you take it away from a parental relationship, if you just talk about just a
A relationship.
Hey,
regular
relationship.
friendship,
Mm.
why would you want to be friends with someone that doesn't treat you well?
It's very true.
Can you say that
Especially-
again, please?
Why would you want to be friends with someone that doesn't treat you well?
Very true.
Especially if you feel like you're pouring up your heart and soul for this person, and you
Definitely.
feel like that at no point in your friendship have they acknowledged their wrongs, have they taken responsibility, have they supported you, or any of those things that you require in any relationship,
Most
much less a friendship.
most definitely.
This is a serious podcast. and
That was supposed to be about mums.
Yeah, it was about mums. So basically, what we're saying is,
Well, I think it's intransferable when we talk
Yeah.
about parenting.
Yeah.
Because there are single mums out there, there's single dads out there, and we have to
definitely.
help them all. But for real, yeah.
yeah,
Apologise to your children.
yeah, just apologize. That's the thing. I think that's a good one. Definitely trying to apologize for your children, especially if you're wrong. But
Yeah, open on this.
just trying to make sure that your kids are feeling loved. If they don't feel loved, then effectively you're not doing your job as a parent. And I think that's probably the bedrock of where
I
we can
love
leave
that.
this.
And
Love
tell
that.
them,
That you love them.
and encourage them, affirm them.
Definitely.
You're beautiful, you're smart, you can do
Definitely.
this, you're whatever. Do
Definitely.
it.
Definitely.
Please do it.
That should be
I'd
every
love
day
to
thing.
hear
The
that.
same way you
from
tell
my
them to
mum.
go brush their teeth, that should be a regular
Yeah.
thing every single
I
day.
love you. Go brush your teeth.
Oh.
You're amazing. Go get ready for school.
Exactly.
Oh.
You're so smart. You're such a genius. All right, need to go on the school bus, so you need to go and do.
let me come in
That's
here.
how it needs
All
to
them
be. Yeah,
things.
exactly. And I feel like that's where we need to leave it.
Love
I
that.
feel like that's the best place to leave it.
All right.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. So guys, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time on the Sweet Talks podcast. Bye bye.